Hey class, my name is Matthew Harvey, and this is my multimodal project for English 4295, where I chose to do option one, which was to design a project for hypothetical classroom. And the book that I chose to do that assignment with is All American Boys, which was our most recent one, our most recent text that we read. I chose this option because as somebody who's wanting to go and teach, I felt like this was a good way for me to practice my skills in that field, and actually put myself in the shoes of a teacher and how I would design an assignment. And I think this book was perfect for this when talking about multimodal assignments, because one of the things that interested me in the book were the ways in which the characters decided to do their protest. You have Carlos, who he spray painted. Rashad is absent again today in the school quad, I believe it was. You have Quinn, who does his own form of protest, where he writes "I'm protesting today" on a t-shirt, and then wears that t-shirt around that is a form of protest. And then you have Rashad, who uses his skills as an artist in order to document what happened to him and get that message out there. Now you also have can't remember his name right now, but the basketball player who is a friend of Rashad's, who names the play after him. Even that was a sign of protest. So when thinking about multimodal assignments and things like Carlos and Rashad and Quinn did, we can replicate those kind of things in an assignment in order to get students to learn more about the text itself. And so I'll have posted my assignment sheet that I created for my hypothetical class with this video, but I have it right here, so I'm going to read it. Not all the way through, but just bits and pieces. So I titled this project "Giving Meaning to Words," which was in an essay about multimodal projects that I actually read. And so the assignment here says that I asked them, I basically tell them what I told you guys about the protest and the way that, I gave examples like what Carlos, Rashad, and Quinn all did. And then right here, the next time I have what you will do, talking to the students. And I asked them to create their own form of protest as if they were one of Rashad's classmates. So I asked them to literally put themselves in the shoes of one of Rashad's classmates and think about the severity of the situation, how they would respond. Use a skill of yours to send your message on how on the treatment towards Rashad, are my words. And then I provide some examples here. A protest poster that has images, stats, or news lines on it about police brutality, because those are all key parts in what happened to Rashad. And this is actually the one that I created and what I'll show you. And then I put making a video that has a skit about police brutality, writing a poem or song about Rashad and or police brutality, and creating a social media page with images and hashtags that bring awareness to what happened to Rashad and many others. So as you see, I provide them with several different options and several different directions that they could go with this. So, in that regard, it does respect that multimodal cause, where they have a variety of different things that they can draw from their own lives in order to make this project happen for them. They're not really limited to anything. I have here components. There's 3 components to this for the class. They have the artifact itself that they create, 2 to 3 minute presentation about the artifact to their classmates, and then a 2-page paper which includes what they created, why they chose to create that artifact, and then how that artifact gives more meaning to their words. And the goal of that is to provide the students with an opportunity to use some of their other strengths outside of the classroom to create the message that they want. And it still does incorporate that aspect of academic writing, as they have to write down why they chose that and how it does what they want it to do. And then we have the grade percentage breakdown here, where the artifact is worth 60%, the presentation is worth 20, the essay is worth 20. So the artifact, again, is worth more than the other parts of the assignment. And then down here, the deadlines, which I spread it out over, I believe, a week or 2. Yeah. So with all that said, let me grab my wonderful poster. I'm thinking about this might be too big for the camera. Okay. So we'll have to do this another way. So I decided to do a poster because for me, I'm not the most creative guy, nor am I the craftiest guy. So this is the form that made most sense for me to do. So let me figure out a way so I can show this all to you guys. Lay it down.